Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec back with another video for you guys. Today's video, we are in TryHackMe. This is the SOC Level 1 learning path. This is the Digital Forensic Incident Response module, and this is the Hive Project room. Learn how to use the Hive, a security incident response platform to report investigation findings. Hopefully y'all are excited and ready to learn something today. Now, I have actually used this product in the real world before, so this will be interesting to go through and get a quick refresher on it. Now, if you want to help support the channel, you can like, comment, subscribe with the notification bell, and share the video. Without further delay, let's go ahead and dive into it. Task 1, Room Outline. Welcome to the Hive Project Outline. This room will cover the foundations of using the Hive Project, a security incident response platform. Specifically, we're looking at what the Hive is, an overview of the platform's functionalities, integrations, installing the Hive for yourself, navigating the UE, creation of a case assessment. Before we begin, ensure you download the attached file as it will be needed for task 5. Okay. The Hive project is a scalable, open source, and freely available security incident response platform designed to assist security analysts and practitioners working in SOCs, CSIRTs, and CERTs to track, investigate, and act upon identified security incidents in a swift and collaborative manner. Security analysts can collaborate on investigations simultaneously, ensuring real-time information pertaining to new or existing cases, tasks, observables, and IOCs are available to all team members. More information about the project can be found here in their GitHub repo. Sweet. So this is going to look like when we get in there. The Hive project operates under the guide of 3 core functions. Collaborate. Multiple analysts from one organization can work together on the same case simultaneously. Through its live stream capabilities, everyone can keep an eye on the cases in real time. Elaborate. Investigations correspond to cases. The details of each case can be broken down into associated tasks, which can be created from scratch or through a template engine. Additionally, analysts can record the progress, attach artifacts of evidence, and assign tasks effortlessly. Act. A quick triaging process can be supported by allowing analysts to add observables to their cases, leveraging tags, flagging IOCs, and identifying previously seen observables to feed their threat intelligence. Cool stuff. How does it work? Sounds pretty interesting so far. Task number 3, the Hive features and integrations. The Hive allows analysts from one organization to work together on the same case simultaneously. This is due to the platform's rich feature set and integrations that support analyst workflows. The features include case/task management. Every investigation is meant to correspond to a case that has been created. Each case can be broken down into one or more tasks for added granularity and even be turned into templates for easier management. Additionally, analysts can record their progress, attach pieces of evidence or noteworthy files and tags and other archives to cases. Alert triage. Cases can be imported from SIEM alerts, email reports, and other security event sources. This feature allows an analyst to go through the imported alerts and decide whether or not they are to be escalated into investigations or incident response. Observable enrichment with Cortex. One of the main feature integrations the Hive supports is Cortex, an observable analysis and active response engine. Cortex allows analysts to collect more information from threat indicators by performing correlation analysis and developing patterns from those cases. More information on Cortex, just click that link. Active response. The Hive allows analysts to use responders and run active actions to communicate, share information about incidents, and prevent or contain a threat. Custom dashboards. Statistics on cases, tasks, observables, metrics, and more can be compiled and distributed on dashboards that can be used to generate useful KPIs within an organization. Built-in MISP integration. Another useful integration is MISP, a threat intelligence platform for sharing, storing, and correlating indicators of compromise, of targeted attacks, and other threats. The integration allows analysts to create cases from MISP events, import IOCs, or export their own identified indicators to their MISP communities. So check out my video on MISP. So check my channel for information related to that. Other notable integrations that the Hive supports are Digital Shadows 2H or TH, and ZeroFox 2 TH free and open source extensions of alerts feeders from Digital Shadows and ZeroFox, respectively. These integrations ensure that alerts can be added into the Hive and transformed into new cases using predefined incident response templates or by adding to existing cases. All right, question here. Which open source platform supports the analysis of observables within the Hive? And if you scroll back up here, there should be Cortex, I believe. So let's go ahead and put that in there. All right. As soon as it takes the answer, it's going a little bit slow today. And we're gonna get task number 4 here, user profiles and permissions. So go ahead and click that green start machine button. Okay, it should spin up the VM. After that, make sure to start up your attack box. Okay, when you get your attack box open, go to Firefox or whatever browser you're gonna use, and then log in or go straight to the page here. Get ready to log in here. I'm gonna fast forward the video since this is taking a while. Hey everybody, this is WireDogSec. Just a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Once you hit the notification bell, be sure to set to all notifications so you know every time I post to the channel, upload a video, all that good stuff. Let's continue to grow our glorious community here. We are in the cyber trenches. We're not just reporting on it. Be sure to check out my channel as well. I have tons of videos that you can see here, over 300 videos ready for you to check out and learn something from. Be sure to review my posts. I'm frequently posting new things to my channel here, including jobs and everything related to that. Also, I have tons of playlists here that you can review, make it more convenient for you. Anyway, happy defending, happy hacking, enjoy the video. All right, we have Cortex there as our answer here. Now we're gonna get to task number 4, user profiles and permissions. The Hive offers an administrator the ability to create an organization group to identify the analysts and assign different roles based on a list of pre-configured user profiles. So it's going to look something like that. And that's good to know there. Okay. And just going to look at this real quick. Okay. It says admin console, create organization. The pre-configured user profiles are admin, full administrative permissions on the platform, can't manage any cases or other data related to investigations. Org admin manages users and all organization level configuration, can create and edit cases, tasks, observables, and run analyzers and responders. Analyst can create and edit cases, tasks, observables, and run analyzers and responders. Read only can only read cases, tasks, and observables details. And that's how you flip through them here. Interesting to know. Admin console, add user. Each user profile has a predefined list of permissions that would allow the user to perform different tasks based on their role. When a profile has been selected, its permissions will be listed. So there you go, there's permissions right there. The full list of permissions include, so there's this table here, you got permissions and functions, manage organizations, create and update an organization, manage config, update configuration, and manage profile, create, update, and delete profiles, manage tag, create, update, and delete tags, manage custom field, create, update, and delete custom fields. And I'm not going to go through all of these, but you can see the rest there. So you can scroll through this or pause the video and read through this yourself. Note that one, organization's configuration, profiles, and tags and global objects. The related permissions are effective only on the admin organization. 2, actions, analysis, and template are available only if the Cortex connector is enabled. In addition to adding new user profiles, the admin can perform other operations such as creating case custom fields, custom observable types, custom analyzer templates, and importing TTPs from the MITRE ATT&CK framework as displayed in the image below here. So pretty neat stuff. All right, so good to go there. Import a list of attack patterns. Cool. Deploy the machine attached to follow along on the next task. Please give it about 5 minutes to boot up. It would best if you connect via the portal, which is this here, on the attack box or using your VPN connection. As you can see already there, I'm already logged in. Here's the credentials to do that. All right, then we got some questions down here. Which pre-configured account cannot manage any cases? And I believe that was the admin can do that. Which permission allows a user to create, update, or delete observables? Okay, so let's scroll back up and see if we can find that. Create, update, and delete observables. Manage observables appears to be the answer for that one. And it says, which permission allows the user to execute actions? Okay, so execute actions right there. Manage action to. All right, so we're done with that one. Task number 5, analyst interface navigation. And we have some download task files here. So let me just scroll through this real quick. A lot of stuff to read through. Okay, so let's go ahead and read through this till we get down to the questions, and then we'll take a look at these, I guess, task files if we need to. Scenario, you have captured network traffic on your network after the suspicion of data exfiltration being done on the network. This traffic corresponds to FTP connections that were established. Your task is to analyze the traffic and create a case on the Hive to facilitate the progress of an investigation. If you are unfamiliar with using Wireshark, please check out this room first and come back to complete this task. Okay. You can check out my videos on Wireshark as well. So it says source the IP file introsec-con CTF 2020. Once an analyst has logged in to the dashboard, they will be greeted with the screen below. At the top, various menu options are listed that allow the user to create new cases and see their task and alerts. A list of active cases will be populated on the center console when the analysts create them. Okay, we can see that there. And let's see if I could just make this bigger in full screen. It's probably easier to look at in here than that tiny screen here. So let's get out of this. Okay, let's flip over here once it finishes loading. All right, so once we get in there, take a look at these cases, it should look something like this. And TryHackMe is going very slow today. All right, so on clicking the New Case tab, a pop-up window opens, providing analysts with fields to input their case details and task. The following options must be indicated on the case to set different categories and filter options. Severity. This showcases the level of impact the incident being investigated has on the environment from low to critical levels. TLP, the traffic light protocol, is a set of designations to ensure that sensitive information is shared with the appropriate audience. The range of colors represents a scale between a full disclosure and informative, which is white, and no disclosure / restricted, which is red. You can find more information about the definitions on the CISA website. PAP. The permissible actions protocol is used to indicate what an analyst can do with the information, whether an attacker can detect the current analysis state or defensive actions in place. It uses a color scheme similar to TLP and is part of the MISP taxonomies. With this in mind, we open a new case and fill in the details of our investigation as seen below. Additionally, we add a few tasks to the case that would guide the investigation of the event. And here's a GIF of how to do that here. Create a new case, and they're adding applicable items to that case, as we can see there. So it seems pretty straightforward so far, and we're going to get into it here in a moment. Okay. And let's see if it's loaded finally. No, let me just refresh it again. And the visual below, we add the corresponding tactic and technique associated with the case. The TTPs are imported from MITRE ATT&CK. This provides additional information that can be helpful to map out the threat. As this is an exfiltration and investigation, this is the specific tactic chosen and followed by the specific T1048.003 technique for exfiltration over unencrypted / obfuscated non-C2 protocol. And here's a GIF for that here. Again, it seems pretty straightforward. Once you're adding items, you just select whichever is applicable to that item you added in there. So it's just adding more information that can be of use if you need to, reference it later on or anything like that. So we're gonna get out of this. Case observables will be added from the observables tab, and you would have to indicate the following details. You got field description and examples, type, the observable data type, IP address, hash domain, and value, your observable value, and you have it there. Observable per line, create one observable per line in the value field. One single multi-line observable, create one observable no matter the lines. Okay, and you can see the rest here. You got TLP is IOC has been cited. Ignore for similarity tags and description there. In our scenario, we are adding the IP address 192 as our observable, as this IP is the source of the FTP request. Depending on the situation of your analysis, this observable can be marked as an IOC, or if it has been cited before in a different investigation. So let's take a look at this real quick. And they're taking notes down there in the description box, as we see there. All right, yeah, it seems pretty straightforward again as we step through this. It's been a while since I messed around Hive, since we moved on to a different platform, so we don't use it anymore. But it was a pretty good platform, worked pretty good in the real world. Okay, I think we get the gist of that. And if you have questions, y'all know what to do. Go ahead and pause the video and try to answer these questions yourself. So if you get stuck or you're done and you want to return to the video, you know where to go. So good luck. All right, we're going to try to follow along with this case creation thing here. Now, to get these downloaded task files, I had to log in to TryHackMe on the virtual machine here. Or I guess you can do it from your VPN machine or whatever. But anyway, I couldn't find the download task files on the machine here, so I had to manually log in and then download them to the box here. So now that's ready to go. We can go ahead and create this case real quick. So once it's click create a new case here, so click this hamburger icon, new case, and also the big screen's not working for some reason. I don't know. TryHackMe's having issues as usual. But anyway, so new case here, and I'm trying to see if I can read that. Let's see here. It's hard to read. Suspected data exfiltration over FTP, and I'm trying to see if we can just copy and paste that over. Whatever, we'll just type it in. So suspected data exfil over FTP. Okay, so that's done, and there's the severity stuff. There's the date and stuff you can edit in there if you want to. Date selected high, so that's what we'll do here, and then TLP red, and then this PAP is amber. What tags they put in data exfiltration? So we'll add that, and then the other one says FTP. And let's see here. A suspected data exfiltration breach on a host conducted over FTP. Assigned case TTPs. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna put something in there. Exfil over FTP. All right, there. So that's done. Case task. I guess it assign TTPs, right? Okay, so once that's done, we'll click add task. And I think that's it. Let's see here. Okay, so they assign the MITRE attack information there. Looks like so we'll create case. Okay, let's get out of this hamburger icon here. There we go. There's our details there. And they went over to TTPs, it looks like. Yeah. And then add TTP. They went down to data exfiltration or exfiltration here. Okay, and they put in the one that's listed there. So T1048.003. Select that, and then we'll click add TTP. I think that's everything they did in here. Okay, and then I'm just double checking here real quick, make sure we didn't miss anything. But I believe that's it. So they just did that, and then hit add TTP. All right, so we're done with that, and I believe that's all we have for now that it lists. There's something else down there we need to add. So observables, we need to add this IP in there, I guess. So add observable, type IP. Okay, what does that say? 192.1, I think 168. 293.42 green, and tags source IP, FTP request, says the IP address initiated the FTP request. Okay, I'm just gonna put something in here. There. Once that's done, we're gonna click create observables. Okay, make sure it's in there. There we go. Awesome. So I think we're done with this. Just make sure you double check in here with this little. Get fair, it's hard to look at. It's like real small for some reason. But we're done with that anyway. So question time, where are the TTPs imported from? Well, we know it's going to be coming from MITRE ATT&CK. And it says, according to the framework, what type of detection data source will our investigation be classified under? I'm assuming we have to go to the website of MITRE and look through there. All right, for this data source one, I just Googled MITRE data sources and it took me straight to this page. I'm assuming this is no longer in use because it says deprecation warning. But anyway, so once you're on this data sources area here, I just did a search on PCAP because that's the PCAP file we're using, and network traffic comes up for it. All right, so this appears to be it. Plugged it in as an answer, and also I asked Copilot to give me some information on that. So you can see this here. I asked it, what is the MITRE ATT&CK data source for FTP data exfiltration? And then it came back with some information here. Typically, network traffic will focus on network connection, yada, yada, yada. It mentions network traffic again. Okay. And some other information there. So anyway, that's how I found that one. So let's flip back over, and then it says that upload the PCAP file as an observable. What is the flag obtained from this URL here? Okay, so we are on the observables. We're going to add observables, and we're going to add this as, let's see here. I'm not sure what we need to add this as. I guess file. Okay. And we'll go to downloads. Okay, there it is. Okay, it's in home. There's the PCAP file, and sure, red is IOC. Sure, cited. We'll just leave that alone. FTP data exfiltration description. PCAP for exfil there. Create observable. Okay, I guess it's done, and then we need to navigate to this. I'm going to copy and paste this. All right, so I'll just use one of these tabs here. Okay, now to fix this, make sure you're going to HTTP, not HTTPS, okay? So just remove the S out of there and use HTTP. Once you do that, you'll get the flag there. That's kind of crazy how this is like that. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, we're done with that. Now, with the Hive, obviously you can add more observables, IOCs and stuff of that nature, okay? In the real world, as you're going through and doing your analysis on this PCAP file, you're going to have to dig through this and try to figure out some more information that could pertain to the particular case that you're working on, okay? So we're looking for FTP traffic here, and you can see that it's doing all kinds of things. User anonymous, pass required for anonymous, Mozilla example.com, incorrect, and you see user pi, and password required for Pi, Raspberry. So you'd probably include this in your notes inside of the Hive as you're working on these particular investigation, okay? You can include anything that's pertaining to this. And you see some more information here, home, Pi, passive mode, things like that, anonymous, again. it just kind of repeats itself, it looks like. But you can see there's a flag file mentioned here, so that may be of interest as well, right? So you're just going to analyze the PCAP file, and then as you're finding out more information um, about that, why is this not working? Let me see here. That is weird. Okay, well, I'm not sure what's going on with that. So let me try that again. This is just being all kinds of wonky today. Okay, let's try to copy and paste this again since it didn't work the first time. Okay, if it doesn't work this time, then I'm gonna have to figure out, see what's going on here. Okay, I just manually typed this in. I'm not sure why the copy and paste wasn't working, but I manually typed this in and now it's accepting my answer. Okay, so once again, the flag is on this page here. Make sure you're using HTTP and not HTTPS, okay? And that is all. So let's go to task number 6, room conclusion. We have now reached the end of the Hive project room. This room has hopefully given you a good grasp of how incident response and management is performed using the Hive and give you a working knowledge of the tool. You're advised to experiment with these foundations till you are completely comfortable with them and to open up to more experiments with the mentioned integrations and others. Okay, check out the documentation and keep experimenting. So we are done with this video, and hopefully y'all didn't encounter as many issues as I did going to this room. Hopefully the room was working a lot better for you. But anyway, we found out so a lot of information about the Hive, how we can use this in the real world to actually help out in investigations, case creation. We're adding IOCs, we're setting different criteria for those IOCs, different tasks and stuff we can add on there. We're looking at TTPs, observables, and then also we had those that Cortex information where we could integrate this with MISP and other things of that nature. But anyway, if you found this video of value and want to help support the channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe with the notification bell, and share the video. As always, thank you all for your continued support. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.